Good morning, my name is Emma Fawcett and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator based in Newton Abbey, Belfast, Northern Ireland. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make this cute little treat pouch. Inside it I have filled it with Lindor miniature Easter eggs because we are now approaching the Easter season. And this is a really kind of cost efficient project in that you get 6 of these little bags out of one sheet of 12 by 12, so they're actually really good size, and it's very cost effective if you're going to be making loads of them, especially coming up to Easter, when you maybe want to give something to your children's teachers or kind of leaders in any organization that they might be in, or even if you want to make something cute for your work colleagues. These are ideal. Even place settings at Christmas, you could do them in nice Christmas papers. I have finished it off with the little clever clips, so you get 20 of these, and they're a mixture of silver and gold. Again, they're a nice little cute little thing feature on the top of them. And I have used the Forever and Always bundle for the decoration on this. So I'm just going to get to it and show you how to make this little bag. So you need a little piece of DSP, and it measures 6 inches by 4 inches. And that's why I'm saying you do get 6 out of one sheet of 12 by 12, so it's a very economical project. So on your short side you are going to score at, and you're going to use your bulbous end so you don't rip your paper, so you're going to score at 1 inch, and you're going to score at 3 inches. You're going to turn it clockwise onto your longer side, and you are going to score at 2.5 inches and 3.5 inches. Okay, so you just move your scoreboard out of the way. Now, if you want to, you can then go in with aqua pens, but it might make your paper too wet, so it might distort your paper. You could go in with your blends, which would be absolutely stunning in any color. But I'm actually going to use one of our new products, which is our new blending brushes. And as you can see, these haven't been used yet, so it's going to be painful because I don't like using anything for the first time. So yeah, I don't really like look how perfect they are, and they're just so soft. But they needs must. We need to get them used. So just push them into your ink. They don't really lift up too much ink, and if you just have a look how gentle that color is, like it really is just absolutely beautiful. So I'm using Highland Heather. Okay, so I'm just going to start off in the center of the flower and work my way out. They're quite flexible, so it means then even though you think you're maybe applying a lot of pressure, you're not. Now, that doesn't mean you can't. You could then, you know, support the head of it and put more pressure on, but I just don't want too much pressure on because I'd rather build the colour rather than just going in all heavy-handed, because obviously it's easier to add than it is to take away. So I'm just supporting it here on the handle. So just keep going until you're happy with the ink coverage. Now, obviously with using a blending brush, you don't really have a lot of control where the ink is going. So if you are someone who doesn't mind the ink going outside the lines, then this is perfect. As you can see, I don't. I like the fact that the inks are blending into each other and we're losing that stark whiteness. I have to say I'm not normally a fan of black and white things. So for me, I would never leave this paper black and white. There would always be colour put into it. So that is why I thought I would try this technique with this paper, especially with this design in the pack, because it's quite a big flower. Whereas there is other smaller designs in the pack. Now everyone else is going to have their own technique of doing it, but for me it's circles. You can see because I've started in the center, it's darker in the center, which is what I really want. And they don't actually lift too much ink off your ink pad, so that is why you're okay to go straight into the ink, rather than having to get it off the lid of the ink pad like you would with a blending pen or a aqua pen. You know, you're not going to do any damage to your ink pad. Obviously, make sure you have a piece of scrap paper underneath you, because you can see how much I've went over there. So I'm just going to set that to one side and bring in my old olive now for my leaves. Try it out because it's actually obviously darker, so I want there to be a little bit of ink so you can't see a stippled effect whenever you bring your ink in. So if you're not sure, start on your scrap paper and work your way in just until you get your confidence built up. You can see I'm pushing more onto the head here because I just want a bit more control. I'm just using the edge in here. Now the heads are domed, so most of your ink and pressure is going to come from this part. So I'm using this top edge just to get a bit more control. But you're still getting that nice brushed effect and smooth ink. I think the trick is just to keep going with it rather than being scared of it. But it definitely isn't a neat way to bring colour. Especially for a detailed image like this. So if that is something you think you might struggle with, then this really isn't a technique for you from the point of view if you're wanting like real neat, clean cut lines. Okay, just put these away. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to get a bone folder and we're going to crease up our edges. Now, this paper probably wasn't a good choice because it's maybe making your eyes go cross whenever you're looking at it. So I you can see the camera might not pick this up, but there's a little square here, and we're going to cut from the outside edge to the first score line. You might need to like bring it up towards you, especially if you're working with a design like that. Just so you can see where your snips have to go to the edge of. Okay, so bring those in and you'll be able to see it a bit more clearly. And a bit of glue here. You can maybe see where we're going with this now. So you are going to bring that up and stick it there. And you're going to bring this side up and stick it down too. Okay, just make sure those edges are clean and flush there to your bottom. Okay, and then the next step is to bring it up like that. So again, you can use tape or you can use glue. For me, I like glue when there is lines that you need to have a little play about with. Okay, so make sure that that's flush there and that it's flush here. So they really are really dinky. You're not going to get an awful lot in them, which again is quite cost effective because then it takes less to fill them, especially if you're making a lot of them to gift to people. Then obviously you can size them up if you want bigger, but I wanted to make something that was really cost effective, especially when you've got kids in the house and they're maybe wanting to bring to take a little something in for all their classmates, and this is ideal. Okay, so you're just going to support that and give it a little squeeze in like that. You can go down as far as you want, but I want my base to be quite sturdy. So that is pretty much it. Okay, and then fill it. I don't even know how many you'll get in, maybe 4 or 5. Obviously you could do this with card or an Easter theme paper. Just put your little enclosure there, a clever clip. And then I have already die cut a little tag out of the Hydrangea die set, Hydrangea Haven, and I've also used one of the greetings out of it, just with love. There is other lovely little greetings in that set that would all fit that tag. So even with love for you, congrats, thank you, or I love you, they all fit. Maybe the I love you maybe wouldn't, but all the other ones do. And again, then you can use all the wee tinier images out of that if you wanted to take the sparseness off the tag. So I'm going to get a wee bit of twine, tie it to our tag. Just loop it through. Such a wee tiny hole. Then just tie it through your tag and then clip it on. And that is you. Again, then you could put a little dimensional on them, but it would just mean that you're restricted taking that little clip on and off. Or alternatively, I have done the love you on it as well. It really is up to you what way you want to do it, but I just think the tag is just really cute as well because it's so dinky like the bag. And that is them complete. So hopefully you will have fun making yours and filling them and gifting them to someone who you care about. I'll put a list of all the products that I've used in the description below, and there's also a link to my online store for any supplies that you may need. I'll be more than willing to order them for you if you don't have a demonstrator of your own. Thank you so much for joining me. Take care. Bye bye.